All right, guys, welcome to Wednesday. Employment Wednesday is the morning routine, and this is also not Lavelle.
What?
You guys, last time I checked, you guys are not Lavelle.
No.
No, Lavelle. Anyway, it is Employment Wednesday. As you can see, Lavelle is out. That's okay. We're having a little fun along the way. She will be back. In the meantime, we're meeting some folks and talking about some cool things. As you guys, some of you guys know, this is Mariana and Brian, two of our newest staff here at VCI and TCDI. So we thought we'd bring them in on Employment Wednesday and put their feet to the fire and find out what they really know about employment. All right, Mo, go ahead and start the fire. All right. So actually, we're just going to ask them some questions because you know what? Regardless of who you are and what job you do or what job you haven't done, it's always scary starting a new job or your first job. So I thought, you know what? Let's find out from these guys since they just started. Tell me a little bit individually, you know, what were some of your fears coming in here? What were you scared of? Oh, I'm starting a new job. I'm so scared about this. What do you think that was?
I think just being new in general is scary anywhere. You know, when you start school, you start, starting at work and not knowing what to expect, how the day's gonna go, or how people are gonna react to you. And then just remembering to take everything one step at a time and not thinking of everything at once.
Yeah.
Then I feel like it's really not that big of a deal.
Brian, how about you? What was coming into the job, new job, starting a new job, and you come from a different background. You're kind of construction into an office environment. Did you have some unique fears around that?
Yeah, definitely. So when you're doing a job, you want to be able to do the job, and sometimes you don't know what to expect. I mean, you know the position you signed up for, but you don't necessarily know everything that you're going to be asked to do. And you want to be able to perform. And one of my biggest fears is always not being able to do my job and do it well, because that's something that I really want to do, especially if I'm going to do something. I want to do it well and I want to put a lot of effort into it. Right. So the last thing I want is to fail or to disappoint people and not be able to provide a service, because that's what I'm there for.
You had those feelings as you were coming into this job?
Yeah, I think I had that feeling doing anything pretty much.
Yeah.
Is that anything in life, when you want to try something new, you don't really want to fail. But then you kind of realize that no matter what, you're going to fail. Little by little, you're always going to mess things up. But
sometimes you learn that failure isn't always kind of all that stuff in our head. It doesn't feel quite as bad as we thought it did.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it doesn't feel that bad because you're going to get better. The more effort that you put in, you can actually get a lot better. And then you fail less and less every day. Of course, it's never going to be perfect, but at least, you could be proud of little accomplishments.
And so once you started here, you had those fears. I want to do good, I don't want to fail. How long did that last? Did that just kind of go away quickly? How did you feel after a couple days in?
I mean, I still show up every day like, man, I hope I don't mess this up. I hope. Yeah.
Me too, by the way.
I hope nobody
That's not
punches
a
me
joke.
today. Yeah. But little by little, the more I get to know everyone, the more I kind of acclimate myself to the environment. Everybody's been pretty responsive. Things have been getting better and better. So I take the little victories day by day, and it motivates me to put in more effort the next week.
You guys are here. You're feeling good. What do you take away from this experience so far?
Yeah. I'd say a big thing that I take away from this job is that I get a lot of social anxiety, and not a lot of people know because I just keep talking and I try to make it smooth, but it's definitely been something new for me to just try to reach out and keep talking to everybody, and
I feel your pain.
Yeah. It's a big accomplishment for me to be able to reach out and talk to people and make conversation, because it's honestly not the easiest for me.
How about you, Brian? What's your takeaways so far?
Really good takeaway was that I'm finding things in myself that I never realized that I had. I never thought of myself as any type of mentor or teacher. I don't see myself as anything special. But working with the people here, I kind of realized at some point that, I might have something more to give. And that's not something that I never even thought about. I just thought, I don't know if I can do this. But now I'm like, hey, there's some things that I'm actually doing better than I ever thought would be possible. And I think, like, it goes to show that sometimes you don't realize your own potential.
All right, so we're going to check in with our friends, but I have to ask, because I asked Ray yesterday, thoughts on Rocker Bob. I know you guys are new. He's kind of a weird dude, kind of wondering his place in this world.
I'm kind of excited to meet him.
Whoa. That's a first.
Be careful what you wish for.
Brian?
I'm excited to meet him too.
Okay.
Wow. Clearly,
That's
you got something here.
I'll jump on the bandwagon.
Well, thank you guys so much for, I know you guys were a little bit nervous about apprehensive being on the morning routine, but thank you guys for doing this and being open and honest and discussing good stuff. Let's check in with our friends right here. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with some new old friends to talk about more employment stuff.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, hump day, right? Oh, and it is the first day of June. My gravy, we have gone through 5 months of this year already. I can't imagine. It has just flown by. But it is June 1st, and it's not the unofficial, we keep calling things the unofficial start to summer. It's still 3 weeks until summer, I think. It's like the 20th or something. But it's June, and it's a Wednesday, and we have a special speaker in the house today. It's going to be so exciting. And being it's kind of the summery thing coming up, the National Day is, I picked 2 of them because I think they go hand in hand. I'm going to have to look at this to make sure I get them right. It is National Go Barefoot Day, but it's also National Nail Polish Day. I thought they went hand in hand because, for you guys out there, and you wear flip-flops, which you're not going to wear here, so I don't have to see them. But, when you're out and it's warm and you see some of these guys' feet, oh my gravy. Cut your toenails, dudes. We don't want to see it. Or, you know what? You can go get a pedicure just as much as a woman can. And women, make sure the nail polish, you've only got one little chip on every toe. It looks tacky. Just my viewpoint here. So that's why I think it's National Go Barefoot Day, but put some nail polish on them or no nail polish at all. It's got to be one or the other. Polish your nails if you're going to polish them. If the polish is falling off, take it off. Make sure your feet aren't gooby. But go out barefoot and squish them through the grass on National Barefoot Day and Nail Polish Day.
Welcome to the month of June. Today is June 1st, Wednesday, halfway through the week, and we've only been here one day. Hey, it's a win-win, man. But today, we've been doing these segments, we've been having some fun with some different things, but before I get into any of that, we've got to go where? Where do we go? Back in the bearded past with Zach. All right, so we're going to continue on some of the famous beards. So this musician had a very famous beard. Those of you who got the opportunity to watch him or listen to his music or maybe even go to a live show, preferably a live show because there were a lot of fun at live shows. Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. Very iconic beard. He wore this beard for quite some time throughout his career, and good old Jerry, man. He passed in 95, and for those of you who don't know much, they started out of San Francisco on the Haight and the Ashbury. So You ever over there and you want to get a little history of the 60s and Jerry and Janice, go over to Haight and Ashbury. Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges is the next one I came across on this list. You know, Jeff Bridges, when I was younger, didn't really grow a beard. His beard has gotten more as he's gotten older. And so maybe part of the appeal is that white and that gray. But whatever. Hey, it looks pretty sharp to me, and it's doing pretty good there. Also, too, this is a great beer. We know him. A lot of us know who this gentleman is. He's a great artist. Claude Monet. Oh my gosh! I mean, sitting here, I'm looking at that beard. I mean, guy's got the cigarette in the mouth, the beard rolling. I mean, he's looking pretty. That's a pretty nice beard, and it's definitely got the white going. I think the whiter the beards, they get a little bit better. I don't know. That's just me. All right, guys. Have a great Tuesday. That's not Tuesday. I mean Wednesday. And June 1st. Later, everybody.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for that good stuff. There are some jobs in there for you as well. So if you want to check those out, Mo, who do we contact if we want to check out one of those jobs?
Zach, his email is zweiss@vcdi.org.
Nice job. Yes, if you like one of those jobs, interested in a job or anything like that, email the Zach Weiss at the email address that Mo just said. All right, so we got Miguel and we got Mo here. This is Employment Wednesday, and we're going to talk a little bit more employment, starting with Miguel. So, Miguel, is this your first job you got here?
No.
What was your first job?
My first job was kind of a part-time job I was doing while I was still in high school.
Okay.
Being an assistant of and I worked over at the post-acute center for the elderly.
Got it.
And that job, it was like nerve-wracking at first, but then I kind of got used to it. And
Yeah. How long were you there?
I was there for like probably 5 or 6 months.
Okay, very good. And now you're working here for BCDI as one of our employees, a janitor. And what's next on your list? So you're not going to do the janitorial gig your entire life. What's next? What's upward mobility look like to you?
Probably.
My job's not open just yet, so don't say that.
I'm not sure yet. I'm maybe trying to learn some new skills first.
New skills? You thinking? Do you like retail stores, restaurants? What are you thinking? Something along those lines.
Could be.
Yeah, that's the hard part, I think. And Mo, you could probably speak to this a little bit. Is you want to get a job, you want to do these other things, but it's tough to kind of narrow down that exact thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to set yourself up. You don't want to set yourself up for failure.
Right.
If you do something that you're not good at, you'll take it as like a failure.
Right.
Which nothing you do in life is a failure. It's just a learning lesson.
But you got to start somewhere,
Yes.
right? So when you started us janitorial here,
Mhm.
you're kind of stressed in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous. I'm like, I hope I do this right. I hope I don't mess up.
And how are you feeling now?
Now I'm more confident, with all this responsibility now I have.
Yeah. So over time, you build always scary in the beginning,
Yeah,
Right.
and then
And-
you slowly grow accustomed to it.
Yep. And then Mo, when you started at Drail,
Yes.
you started just volunteering and doing some side stuff
Yeah.
and slowly worked into some new things.
Yeah. Well, I actually have a long history with drill. I was a receptionist volunteer for 5 years, and then I stopped, and then I went back for another 2 years, and then I went back for another 3 years. Then I became the community organizing advocate for about a year and a half to 2 years, and now I'm
Well, then the pandemic hit.
yeah. Then
So-
the pandemic hit, and I was working from home. So, and then
Yeah. So I mean, that's so. Each time you kind of did something new,
yes,
always that little bit of fear,
Yeah.
but you had the confidence of, well, I've been doing this other thing, so I kind of know what I'm doing.
yeah. Even though I had experience, when I would do it again, I still feel kind of like, oh, can I still do it? Do I still have the momentum to actually do the position?
Right. Nice. Well, I mean, that the important part, and I think the part that I'm trying to stress in this whole episode from Employment Wednesday is the fact that it's always scary in the beginning,
Yes.
and everybody feels the same. None of us want to fail, but you gotta get out there and just give it a shot and see what happens. And really, it's not as scary as you think.
Yeah,
It's always worse
not.
before you start.
Yeah,
Maybe the first day is a little rough, but it goes away pretty quick, wouldn't you say?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel in my last position, I feel like within 2 weeks I was okay.
Yeah. It goes away pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be about the same for me. When I
Yeah.
started.
So always scary in the beginning. I know we got some folks that are getting ready for their first employment out there, and still a little well, not I shouldn't say that. Cut that out, right? still a little shy, but and nervous. But that's okay. And both of you guys have had job coaches as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
That has got to feel pretty darn good, right?
Yeah.
I got this person I can talk to and kind of help me out.
It felt like
Yeah.
there was like I don't want to say a middleman, but like someone that if you don't feel comfortable to talking to your supervisor for the first time about
yeah.
something that happens
Mhm.
for the first time, you could always talk to Zach and be like, hey, I'm having issues with this. Can you come in and work with me on
Right.
this? And then
Yep.
if Zach and you cannot get the thing finished or completed, then you guys will be able to have a plan to go talk to your supervisor. So
Yeah.
always lean on the job coach
Yeah.
to be that safe place.
Yeah, the job coach is a really big deal. Super helpful the whole way through, even getting the jobs and doing
Yes.
applications. Are you working on some new applications right now? Or
Um,
still thinking
not
about
at the
it?
moment.
Yeah. We got to get you on the upward mobility track. Get you there. We'll get you there. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Do appreciate it. Love having you guys here. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you as always. All right, guys. So it is Wednesday, Employment Wednesday. Don't forget, today we have our special speaker coming in from Autism Quest.
Oh.
Really cool. He's going to talk about his experience, his motivation, his plan, and his efforts to educate people about the world of autism and living with autism and what it's like. So this is pretty exciting. We got that coming up very shortly after this, but then it's on with our regular day after that. So 1 o'clock we'll have Employment with Zach. He'll probably have some follow-up stuff and probably bring Mo up and talk about job coaching or something like that. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway. All right, guys, that's it for Wednesday. Oh, come on, Mo. It's All right, guys. Have a great Wednesday. Take care, everybody.
All right.